what we need to do now is create the new section of line. Now, how to do this? Is it going to be a double track? Is it going to be single? What I think is, to save a bit of money, not that it matters, but it's kind of realistic, I guess, we should have double track up to this town here, just so it could be sure that branch line services can get off this main line. If we had it single track up here, then trains are still going to have to wait in this station, and I don't want that. So what we'll do is we'll have a double track to there. Now we will make sure that every single station can get accessed. Like that. So that is probably the best way out of the station. And we'll have a little bridge here. That'll connect up. Because there's no real need for it to be double. The only need for it to be double track here is just to get the trains out of the station. To be honest, we could probably just have like a single track from here. And then make the station doubled. That would most likely be best. Do we need a pathfinding signal? Answer is yes, we do. Both ways. Because if a train comes down this way, then we want to make sure that that's still within the block technically. So yes, that is what we need. How can we get through here? So that looks to be the best way to get through. Bit of terraforming. Yeah, that'll do. It's cutting a lot into that mountain, but what you gonna do? Right, so we'll have the platform there. So we'll get rid of this road here. And we will drag a bridge over. And then we'll get rid of this house, which is blocking our path. And we will make the platform diagram as such. So just 2 platforms, 3 long. That's all we need. Now let's drag this section of the line up here. So the best way for us to do it is probably going to be to cross over using a bridge which intersects this island here. Now, one other thing I'm thinking as well is where the services are going to start and terminate. Whether it's at the big city, or whether it's at this end of the line, which may be more feasible actually, because we're going to need some sidings and such. And the big city where it starts doesn't have sidings because there's no space for them, to be honest with you, and I don't really want to congest traffic in that area. So what we'll do is we will create a set of sidings with this station, and by doing so we clear the local area at the other end. We'll just have it basically, we'll have the train go into the big station at the other end for like 2 days and then just go straight back out just to ease as much traffic as possible. Right, so sure, that'll be where the line ends. I really want to put some buffer stops in, so they can go there. Let's have 1 buffer. Please excuse me if this video is buffering around now. There's the standard issue joke for this episode. Right. It'll have to be 3 long. So when you have buffers, the platform's going to look a little bit longer than it actually is. Because you have like 1 unusable tile at the end. That'll do. We don't want anything too big. It's not really a big city. A big town even. Or village even. Right. Now we're going to need a set of sidings here. Now the sidings are going to have to be at least 3 long. So what I'm going to do is this. So 1, Nope. 2, 3. So that's where the sidings themselves will be. Then this is where the lights will be. And then we need a depot. Just going to have to go there. If it will work, yes. It's a bit of a squeeze, but, you know, that's how we're going to have to roll. So we have signals there. Oh dear, no, that is not going to work because I need the sidings need to be platforms. Well then, this changes things. Let's think. I'm not sure what to do, to be honest with you. Why don't we have the platforms go this way? Will that work? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then there's a space for the signal. Yeah. And then they can both link up to this. I don't really like doing it like that because it does take up a lot of unnecessary space. I like keeping it a contour to the lines, but it will work. What else are we going to do? That's kind of cool, I guess. Kind of. 1, 2, 3. Actually, we could move this in one. Not like that, though. So we can shift this down. Whoa. So, 1, 2. No, you can't. Wow. Well, I'm going to fast forward past as I rebuild this. There we go. How silly of me. Let's add the sidings in. Or the platforms, shall we say. So we want to use this one. So empty platforms. We'll have the gravel fade out that way and the other way. So it's just a load of gravel. Which is probably what would happen at sidings anyway. It'd just get worn down and the ballast would overflow and such. So sidings, and they're 3 long. So that's our route. It's quite good actually. We need to put a station here, which, considering it's a small station, it can be an island. Reminds me of a station known as Dunstan, if any train geeks would know that. It's a very underused station in Newcastle. It tends to fall into that category of it's underused because the services are so rare. And the services are rare because it's underused. It's, where do you start? Because it's quite a big area. But it is literally a station like that. It doesn't even have a bench. I mean, I've been kind to it there, but it's exactly like this. Except it's just bare platform. It has paces stop there, so make of it what you will. Okay, so we have this little branch line, which actually it looks kind of cool. I'm quite happy with that. In the future, we could, when we go into our industry, it'll be quite an important link to this lake with, Jesus, tons of sandbanks and things. Lots of fish. Fish. This can be our little Whitby, I guess, of the of the town. It's just an underused branch line with lots of tourism, I guess. We're gonna have to build a steam railway, aren't we? Okay, so that's our line done. So let's go through the whole rigmarole of getting our train and setting it up and timetabling it and such. What train should we use? Now, I was thinking towards maybe an express sprinter because it's going a fair distance. It's a decent speed, 90 miles an hour, so it's only 10 under, you know, the 100 that most of the other local trains would do. We need to keep it quite fast because it is staying obviously on a main line, so that is what I'm going to do. We only really need one carriage, I guess. So we can have it do the whole kind of thing here, so just delete the, that's it. So you've got to delete the sidings by accident. That's very important. So no loading or unloading. It's very windy outside. I would have the windows open usually, but not today. We have like a balcony, which is quite handy actually. I'm quite blessed as someone who likes trains. Our balcony literally overlooks the Tyne River with the, is it not high level bridge, but the main East Coast mainline bridge into Newcastle, so I can literally just sit out and watch trains. can also hear them as well. It's like the horns and such. And over Christmas, they were doing a ton of work on the bridge. They basically lit the entire bridge over on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, when the everyone kicked off that nothing was finished on time. They were working in Newcastle. So it's going to stop here. Quite interesting, to be honest. I tend to get the train quite a lot. Like with my work, I go training quite a fair bit. I said train too many times in this sentence as well. Train to training. And, oh. When I'm on the trains in the station, I can literally see my flat window. It's quite nice. Okay, so we'll go to our expanded station. We can skip this one because there's not the capacity for it, and it's right in a junction, so it kind of serves them right. Go down here. Quite interested to see how the East Coast trains are going to look. Well, I'm not interested to see actually because they're on Flickr now, but they look really cool. Obviously, Virgin's taken over the franchise for our area, so got that going for us, I guess. And then it can stop here. So yeah, I mean, coming back to this as well. So yeah, if you think I should make a second station, like let me know in the comments. I actually record like each part, regardless of how many videos there are all recorded in one section and then split up. So I won't be able to see, I won't be able to actually comment on them until the next full part. But I guess another thing I could do is have some of the branch line services terminate at these stations like this one here. So create this as like a terminus station, and then have improve the tram and bus networks just to get people into the city. So that could be another option as well. But yeah, just let me know what you think could be cool for that. I'd be interested to hear. So we've done our basic timetabling thing. So now comes the part where we let it run its course, and afterwards we'll come and edit the timetable, and that will be pretty much everything done. What I'll probably do is, because the timetabling itself is, after we've done this, it's kind of mundane and there's not really much to it. I will let this train run its first journey, and then I'll give an overview of the line, and then I'll just run all the extra trains off camera. Oh dear, hang on. I've just noticed at the bottom. Whoa dear. Something tells me I've done something wrong with the signals, and I have. I have converted that one incorrectly, so put that back as a pathfinding. Go, go, go. Now, that is the importance of putting the right signals, ladies and gentlemen. So, because I put one of the generic signals there, what the signal was basically saying is, no, if you see this, like this section here, this tile I'm on, connects back here, and it's part of this block that the train's actually in, so it was like a perpetual loop. Because the train was in its own block, it wouldn't let it proceed. Thus, we see the importance of pathfinding signals over block signals. So that'll have to even out too. But thankfully, because I use sidings on my timetabled orders, those trains will be bunched together for about 2 or 3 runs, and then they'll space themselves out, even if they're like 100 or 200 days delayed. So I will run this train off, then we'll have a look over the route. I'll obviously exit the video, and I will just do all the trains off camera, so we'll populate the line. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.